the notion I live by, the mantra I live by, that many of you have heard, better than yesterday, BTY, came about kind of by accident. One day I was breaking down my baseball team I was training, and I brought them in, and I just said, the story about every day of my life when I was younger trying to be a football player, that my only vision, my only goal for that day was to be better than I was the previous day. So there was the birth of the mantra that I've been using for about 10 years now, BTY, better than yesterday. But there is some real law of attraction, some real science behind why that's important. You see, when you make incremental efforts toward a vision or a dream or a goal, those steps seem minuscule, they seem minute, they seem tiny, and oftentimes they are. But in aggregate, they become big, they become life-changing, they become monumental in your quest to be the best at what you do in whatever it is: football, basketball, real estate, speaking, parenting, fitness and health, anything. But what is underappreciated and overlooked, especially if you don't understand how this part works, is very, very critical. What I know now to be true is that there are certain ideas and certain thought patterns and certain next level of thinking that's only available to you after you have completed certain parts of that journey. So, for example, when I was studying and learning to be better in finance as a chief financial officer, and I was being nerdy about developing systems and learning applications and ways to do things that were more effective, more efficient, quicker, I got enamored and fell in love with Microsoft Excel and spreadsheets. And when I first saw all the options available to you for functions and for logistical ways of doing things within the program, I was blown away. I mean, there are literally hundreds of functions you can use to do all sorts of complicated things. So when I first saw that, I did not know a tenth of those functions or how to use them. And so I would literally go through every one of the functions and just look at them and read what it did and read the parameters it needed and go to the next one. And when I'd find one on accident that I could use right then, I would try it. But more times than not, these things were so out of my realm of thinking and of needing that I just looked at it, read it, and just stored it in my memory banks. Well, what that did and what that does is now when I have an issue or a problem I'm trying to solve later in a spreadsheet, I have access to ideas and thoughts and possibilities that were not there before. Right? It's the same way in my exercise. Like there are things that I've discovered about working out and about diet that I've learned over the years. I didn't know all of this stuff when I first started working out in 1987 or 86 when I was a young teenager. All I knew was the basics. All I had access to information-wise was the basics. There was no internet. There was no smartphones. There was no YouTube to learn things. So I just learned what I could. And I tried to do that every day to learn and do something new. Same with football. Same with parenting. I have bought so many books around parenting and around self-development in terms of getting better. And so now when things come up, I have access to a plethora of things in my head that I've seen, heard, or experienced that I can draw from. So I want you guys to have that as your mentality, even when you're not able to move very far in your current chase of greatness. Do something small in that same lane. And even when you can't do something small in that same lane, frame your mind and your habits in a way that you know, okay, I'm going to do something. I'm going to read something, watch something, hear something that's going to give me some more information in my repository that I can then draw from later. And if you do that, you will soon discover how often your subconscious draws upon things that you learned and saw and heard. And it'll make you want to do it more. It'll make you want to make incremental steps more often. So when I say BTY, guys, that's what I mean. It's finding something, anything in your environment, in your day, in your hour, that can take you one step closer mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually to greatness. And if you have the mindset that I'm going to do something in any context to get better every day, you'll soon learn that your expansion of knowledge and your expansion of availability and your expansion of attachment to abundance will grow and grow and grow. All right, guys. So I hope that was helpful, enlightening, motivating, inspiring, and I will see you the next time. Love you guys. Bye-bye.